Welcome everyone. We're so excited. I want to introduce Wayne Davis. He's with us today. I'm Michael Harris. We're going to be co-hosts for a new show called Making a Difference. Wayne came up with that name. I think that's a great name. I previously had a podcast doing something similar, but I think it's going to be much more rich, just more interesting. So I think you're going to enjoy this. Wayne, do you want to take it away and tell us all about yourself?
Well, thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. It's great to be with everybody today. I got my hand in a brace. I injured my hand and I changed my background. I'm a member of Toastmasters. So when you saw the first background, I realized, oh, wrong background. But I am really excited to be here. Michael and I really are trying to make a difference. And we know you're making a difference. And we're excited in this show to be able to share with you people who are making a difference. And a little bit about my background. I grew up in Las Vegas. I'm from Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Oh, by the way, it's the other Vegas. It's Las Vegas, New Mexico. It's not Las Vegas, Nevada. And my dad moved us all over the country. Grew up a Methodist, just so you know. And why that's important is because I joined the Church of the Nazarene when I was 17. I have a 4-year Bachelor of Arts degree from Southern Nazarene University in religion and philosophy. And I studied at Nazarene Theological Seminary. I was a minister for a number of years, and then I joined the Cumberland Presbyterian Church. Why that's important is because I was a minister in their church. I went to Memphis Theological Seminary. So I have a very extensive theological and religious background. I also have over 20 years. I left the ministry. Eventually, I couldn't continue to survive on $125 a week. But I was getting paid and was raising 2 children, a family. And I worked for FedEx for 15 years. I worked for America Online, for Verizon Wireless. So I have extensive training and corporate experience. And I'm now 39 for the 33rd consecutive year. I'll let you do the math. Okay. These are my gray hairs. I didn't dye my hair this color. This is my real color. And I needed a part-time job. And so I'm a hospice chaplain. It takes my religious experience, but also my mother was in hospice before she passed. That was back in New Mexico. And putting those two things together to provide spiritual care. Michael and I have known each other for about 6 or 7 years, something like that. And we're working together now and we're doing business training. We're lighting businesses on fire. I'm excited about that. We want to light your business on fire. So feel free to contact us. So we would love to provide. I take the training that I learned, leadership training at FedEx, and he puts his background together and we have a fabulous training. One of the ways I'm also trying to make a difference is that I published a book. I'm going to shamelessly promote the book. And this is the cover. It's called Joy, Your Natural State. And it's available on Amazon. It's available on Kindle for $4.95. Or if you want the paperback version, it's $12.95. And why this book is so important is because it's a 365-day inspirational guide. Every day there's a quote from somebody famous, well-known, and then I write about joy. And I'm gonna give you just a quick sample and then we'll talk about some other things. So this is actually off the back cover of the book, and that's my picture. This is a very expensive picture. When they took it, they broke the camera. So, and my brother also, when it comes to my face, paid me I guess it's a compliment. Anyway, he said, Wayne, you have a wonderful radio face. So this is why I'm not on TV or in movies. But here's what it said on the back. There's a quote on the back of the book from Victor Hugo, and it's a sample of what you'll find in the book when you buy it and read it. There's nothing more powerful than an idea whose time has come. I love that quote from Victor Hugo. And then this is what I wrote. The idea behind this book is powerful. It has the power to change your life and the lives of millions. It's an idea whose time has come. The idea is simple but profound. You were born in joy. It is your natural state. It is your destiny. So I hope that you'll pick up a copy or send it to somebody that needs joy in their life and wants on a daily basis to look at the ways and the steps towards joy. So that's a little bit about that. My wife, Cindy, and I, we live here in Eastern Idaho, in case you wonder where we're located. And we have 5 children and 9 grandchildren and a grandson who got married in December. So maybe in a year or two, I'll be a great grandfather. Never thought I'd live that long. And just a little bit about me personally also before I let Michael ask me some questions and so you can get a little bit better acquainted with me. My purpose in life is to inspire people to succeed through my love, courage, and vulnerability. And if Michael and I on this show can encourage you and inspire you to succeed through the people that you see and our love, the courage you're going to see in the people that are on this broadcast, and the vulnerability of their coming on our show, opening up their lives, and we opening up our lives to you, and that inspires you to succeed, then we've accomplished our purpose and mission. So that's a little bit about me. And I'm kind of a nerdy, as you can tell, but I have fun. I lost my pen protector as a nerd, and my slide rule. But hey, I'm still having fun. So, Michael, do you have any questions for me?
Yeah. So, what is your biggest motivation to do it now in your life? Why do you want to help people right now?
I think the reason I want to help people right now is because my 72 years of experience on this planet, I have learned a lot. There's a Chinese proverb that says, 7 times get knocked down, 8 times get up. And I have been knocked to the ground a number of times. In fact, I have a speech called Get Up and Go. It's about my life's experience. There was a period of time when I actually was homeless. And that's, I guess, a story for another day. But I really want to inspire people. I think that I have something to offer. I know Michael does. And I really want to be able to share with what I've learned and help people succeed in their lives. And I am really in the retirement years at 72. I have this part-time job as a chaplain, which I thoroughly love. My wife says I was born for this job, which is one of the greatest compliments I've ever received in my life. And my son says I'm the most courageous man he's ever known. So for people watching this broadcast that have been knocked to the ground, knocked to their knees, and I'm telling you that you can get up and you can go and you can realize a life that you never thought was possible. So those are some things that motivate me.
What are some stories that we're wanting to tell? What kind of folks are we wanting to have on our program?
Well, the stories we want is people who, like you and me, are just making a difference. And the first broadcast we did was with a wonderful gentleman, and the future broadcasts that we have planned. So I think the culture that we're trying to establish is, and the reason why we're inviting you, the viewer, to continue to watch our podcast is because you are going to be inspired by the people we interview, the challenges and the difficulties they've overcome, how they're making a difference. There's so much negative news today in the world. We hear all about the failures and all of that, and we just don't see enough of the good news. And I think that's part of what this program, that's kind of the atmosphere I think that we want to create.
Let me share a little bit with the audience about who I am, and then maybe we can play off of each other and ask each other some other questions.
Sounds great.
I grew up in Eastern Idaho. My name's Dr. Michael Harris. I've been a psychotherapist for about 32 years. The last 8 years I spent at Bingham Memorial Hospital, where I was doing some work with the hospital in areas of safety and quality control. Throughout my life, I've wanted to help people. It probably started in my late teens when I'm a Christian, and I decided to do some missionary service for 2 years in the Midwest. And I got the bug of wanting to help people. It affected me deeply. I returned from that mission, and my father was a psychotherapist here in Eastern Idaho, and I was trying to decide what my life's work would be. And I visited with him, and he said, you ought to consider mental health. I was interested in going to law, but I decided to do that, and I'm not sorry that I did that. I've been so blessed and so gratified in my work, working with people and seeing them improve. I've had some very important mentors in my life. It started with my scoutmaster. He inculcated or helped me incorporate important virtues or life character traits. He produced something like 30 or 40 Eagle Scouts, and so I'll always be indebted to him for the part he played in my life. My mission president, my mission leader was a fabulous man, very wealthy, but very humble. And he taught me discipline. And he, again, had a big impact on my character and wanting to help other people. I returned home. My father played a big role in my life. He's tutored me. He's helped me learn how to love people. And besides going to school and receiving that training, he was my mentor. And finally, in my late 60s, I've had another mentor, and he was a hospital administrator and consultant named Erie Chapman. And he taught me, and he taught in his organizations, this principle called the servant's heart. And it's all about developing love and compassion for other people. He also had a principle called the mother test. And he tried to teach all the employees of the hospital treat the patients and even one another as if they were your mother. Can you imagine if that was the standard that we held in caring for one another? In April of 2020, during COVID, I was riding my bike in the country and I had an epiphany. I had a flow of energy and information that came down upon me, and it became the basis of a book called The Fruits of Virtue. And that I identified 12 principles, 12 virtues that if we live these, we'll be happy, we'll become our best selves. I contacted Wayne last year because Wayne as you can see, has lots of enthusiasm. He has creativity. He cares for people. He's a disciple of Christ. And I thought we could pair up and we could share a message that would lift people up. So we do have a message for organizations, for businesses, even churches that will make a difference in your life. I too have a few books I'd like to plug. Fruits of Virtue that talks about the 12 character traits. This is a workbook that goes with the book. And this workbook elaborates on the 12 virtues for each month of the year. My first book was Secrets for Hope and Healing. It has a workbook called the Companion Workbook. If you're looking for change, for improvement of your self-worth, your self-esteem, this is a fabulous book. It's got lots of exercises and things that you can do that will change your life. I do have a workbook called Strengthening Resiliency. This is on lifestyle, and it will help you see if you're on track with your diet, your exercise, stress, occupational fulfillment, etc. So that's a little bit about me. Wayne, do you have a couple of questions for me?
Yes, I do. And for those of you who've been a fan of Michael for some time, and I'm joining now, we're teaming forces together. Michael's very humble, and I appreciate the fact that you were willing to advertise yourself. Way to go, Michael. That's good. I did want to ask you a question. A lot of the viewers don't know that you did a divorce recovery workshop. For how many years did you do that?
It was probably about 25 years.
25 years. How many people do you think, just estimated, went through that course?
Well, 100 groups is what I was involved with. And so if you average about 15, that's about 1,500 people.
Yeah, I think that's amazing. And so for those of you that are watching this broadcast, I think one of the things that Michael and I bring is 2 lifetimes of experience. If you put our 2 experiences together, we probably have close to 100 years of experience in ministry, psychotherapy, workshops, corporate training, so many. I did want to ask you one quick question, and that was the fact that you received a mentor. Will you want to talk just a little bit about our not-for-profit that we're supporting, Mentor Center, and what we're trying to do for seniors and youth? Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Wayne's baby, and he's been nursing it for a long time. A mentor center is a location, a hub in a community. It can be a library, it can be another center where we work with people that are struggling, youth that are at risk, and even seniors. The suicide rate, the depression rate is really high among our young people, our adolescents, as well as the elderly. And this is a place where they can come in and be tutored to receive a mentor online from somewhere in the community. This mentor will love them, support them, help them, guide them, involve them with something that's of interest to them. It could be an occupation, could be a hobby. It's a way of pairing up a mentor with this individual who will come in for 30 to 60 minutes and receive guidance and support.
We think that the mentor centers can be established in every public library in the country and any other public space for seniors and for adults. And it's based basically on the concept that we're trying to help people with their interests. Youth, they have career goals. Maybe they want to be an artist or a banker or a computer specialist or a pilot or zoologist, whatever field. And then we're going to be pulling in mentors from businesses around the country who can mentor them online. We also have other things that we've developed as well that we're excited about. And then same thing for senior citizens. And the idea is a mentor center would be available, let's say in a library from 10 a.m., whenever they open, till 6 or 7 in the evening. during the day, let's say from 10 to 4, it'd be for seniors, and then from 4 to 6 or 7, we're closing in. And especially for at-risk youth who are really struggling in school, we think that we can light them on fire with a mentor who has been doing the career goal that they want. You know, they want to be a pilot, hook them up, mentor through a pilot or whatever their career goal is. So we're really excited that it's a place we think that dreams can come true. And my experience has been the flip of Michael, and that is I did not have a mentor in my life. I only spent an hour alone with my dad in his life before he passed. And I was, other than my mother, I guess you consider my mother a mentor, but not really so much. And so part of my feel and my passion is to help people get mentors because I didn't really have mentors. And I'm, like you said, I'm a Christian as well. And I think spirituality is very, very important. We're not here to convert people. That's not what we're about. But we do believe in the influence of the divine and how it can help and heal in places that otherwise can't be. So that's kind of a little bit about me. So anyway, Michael, I'm going to turn it back over to you. This has been really exciting. Thank you so much for letting me share, and I've loved hearing you share. And we would love to hear from our audience. Michael, what's a way that they could get a hold of us?
Yeah, we will post on this YouTube our emails and phone numbers.
Okay.
Look under YouTube for Making a Difference. If you'll put that in, and you'll be able to pull us up and subscribe and be involved in this podcast.
Yeah, we would love to hear from you. And Michael, your books are available at Barnes and Noble. Is that correct?
They're available on Amazon.
Okay, yeah, and mine's available on Amazon too. So we're excited. We'd love to hear from you. We'll post that information, and would love to hear also ideas that you might have on people that we could interview, somebody that's making a difference in the world. We would love to hear from that and to hear about your comments. And of course, if there's anything that we can do to support you in your life. So Michael, I'll turn it back over to you. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Wayne, for telling us all about yourself. This is going to be a fun program. These are upbeat, positive stories of people making a difference. We'll probably be sharing our program about every other week, but let your friends and neighbors know what we're doing, and we'll build an audience together. We wish you all the best. Until next time, so long.
You are loved.
You were loved. Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that.